What's up, guys? This is Krysta Jones on the Tea with THC, and today we got no other than Sanja Ganja herself. The very first episode here. It was only right to have Sanja on the show, so thank you so much for coming.
Hi, humans. Happy to be here.
Cool. So, everybody is very familiar with Sanja. If not, you're fucking up. So, we won't take too much time on the introduction, but please, can you tell everybody who you are and what you do in cannabis?
Hey, I'm Sanja Ganja, and I am your favorite pothead. I'm the world's favorite pothead. Why? Because I educate patients, I educate humans. I direct marketing with the THC Girls, the Highly Connected, and the Tea with THC. Been working alongside Krysta Jones for about 9 years now, and super happy about it. I have a show on High Times TV and YouTube, and I work for various companies where I am either the vibe, the culture, or the coordination for all training.
Basically the best entertainment in cannabis. If you guys have an event, if you guys have a brand, if you need anything, it's a one-stop shop, so can you tell us a little bit about, I know you just moved to New York, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in the brands and the things that you're doing out there?
Yeah, I've got 17 years in the game at this point, but I recently moved from Florida where I was able to capture the medical market in Florida through the flowery. I'm now in New York where I'm getting booked constantly for the thousands and thousands of brands that are up here with my bazooka smoke gun and lots of cool crowd pleasing that I do. I'm also here training and opening all the new stores for the flowery. We're about the second in the state for having the most locations, and it's been awesome. It's been great. This is a nonstop city, and that's good because for me, I'm nonstop when it comes to cannabis.
Yeah, you are nonstop, right? And sometimes people are like, give me some of that energy. How do you get it? Right? Give me some. Definitely the vibe, definitely the energy, and I always appreciate everything you do for our brand specifically, for sure. What can you tell everybody, kind of like give an idea? One of the biggest things that I think is a huge misconception in the industry is there's a bunch of money in it. A huge thing that we always talk about is that people aren't getting paid what normal responsibilities are in other businesses, not necessarily getting that honored in our space. Can you tell a little bit and give a little bit of insight about what kind of the economics in the space kind of look like?
Yeah, you said it very properly. Misconception is the biggest word. A lot of people like to say there's enough money for us all to share, and that's true between the owners and the investors. But when it comes to people like you and me who are really in the fields, we're in the grow, we're in the retail, we're in the networking events, we're at every single convention, we're doing the dirty work. What I have found is that cannabis can't really afford me anymore. They can't really afford our expertise. We've kind of outgrown this space because it's so heavily saturated. They think, well, I can just find someone else cheaper and eager that can do it. But there is seriously a niche and a psychological talent to what I do and to what a lot of people do within this space. A lot of what I do consists within events, branding, marketing, and bringing a product to market or bringing a brand to market. And a lot of that involves community work, culture, and really just knowing what you're talking about and having that connection and bond with the humans you're working with. And that's something that I've been able to capture and capsize on extremely. But with that being said, I definitely don't make the six figures that I deserve at this point, and I hustle to even get close to that. But I will say there is a lot more opportunity I've seen here in New York than maybe when I was in Florida for 2 years. I've already been getting paid almost double what I did for Sanja LLC for events and whatnot, just within 2 months versus 2 years in Miami. So I will say it's a little bit more of an open space just because of the structure, being that they have distribution, wholesale, white labeling. In a medical field, you don't really have that. Everything is from seed to sale. So it does make it a little harder. And there are different legalities with that, non-competes, etc. So I do have a lot more freedom here, not to mention all the states around me, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. I can just hop a skip away and go to another state, work with various other people, meet thousands of bud tenders, work with the governor, work with the senator, and many different college professors as well. So Sky's the limit for you, but you have to make your own path when it comes to that financial stability. You really can't rely on just one sector. Although I would love to be able to get paid my worth, it just doesn't seem to be happening in a sense. Even if, you know, you move to a state that's the most expensive state in the US, you may get paid six figures, but that still doesn't exactly carry all the expenses to actually just live there and get the work done. So it's definitely like playing chess when you're in this industry.
And I think that that's one of the biggest things too, is like there, you know, we both have been in the space for so long that there used to be good money in it, right? And as we continue to see the market just unfold into a bad situation, it you know, it brings the awareness, especially to us, seeing where it's been and where it's going. How do we continue to grow in this space, and how do we get those opportunities that we desire to have? You know, so I agree with you for sure.
And you wouldn't be able to do it without a network. You have to have your network. That corny line, your network is your net worth, could not be more true in this day and age, in this society.
Right, for sure. No, definitely, I appreciate you sharing, because I think a lot of people have this you know, whether they're watching IG and they think, oh, you know, this person's got this luxury lifestyle, or they think, oh, you're in cannabis, there's a lot of weed in it, or a lot of weed and money, and this facade that there's just a number of investors making money. We've both worked so many times on so many projects that that's just not the case. So I appreciate you sharing that. And what did you do before? Tell everybody. I know what you did.
Well, good old Sanja Ganja used to be Sandra, and Miss Sandra used to be a preschool teacher. I really wanted to teach children. I This is probably why I teach bud tenders. I love to have that bond of a learning experience, because even as a teacher, you learn something about the world around you, yourself. So it's always a reflection of yourself when it comes to the world of teaching. So I thought I was going to be a teacher. I really did. Went to CU Boulder for a small amount of time, did not finish, but you know, I also thought I was going to be a tennis star at one point. So I really was into tennis. I was really into preschool teaching. Thought I was going to teach maybe third or fourth graders, and then I discovered cannabis and never walked away. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah, cannabis will get you. They sucked us in, right? Sucked us in young.
they got me. They got me real good.
I remember, don't you remember when people were like, go get a real job? Or
Yep.
like, that's not going to last. You know, people used to say that all the time.
I still get that. I literally got, you know, one of my 38-year-old friends on Instagram that texts me and said, "Hey, are you ever going to grow out of this?" On my story, you know, doing weed. I'm like, well, when it stops paying me, I mean, what's wrong with what I'm doing? You know, like, no.
And that's crazy, because this is a huge industry, right? Like, this is a big industry. Because we have a limited way to market ourselves, there's more brand ambassadors, influencers, and all those kind of things. But this is a huge industry. It's still a baby, right? Really stepping into insurance showed me that. No, a lot of people don't even know who people brands are, huge brands that we are like, oh my God, these are the gods in the industry. People don't even know. So I think that that's a crazy situation for your friend to say, because we're definitely have grown up in the space, and we're going to be leading this space. And that's why we continue to pivot and put ourselves in the potential of the space. So, you know,
Exactly.
how silly. But
How silly.
how silly. So within everything that you have going on, what's the end all be all goal? What do you hope to accomplish for yourself in the space? What do you hope to accomplish for Sanja Ganja in general? Because you want to be, you're more of an entertainer than just in cannabis, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would say specifically in the cannabis space, I really want to leave my legacy as I helped people, you know, whether that was training you to become the leading director of the next biggest cannabis brand, or helping you lead patients to wellness and health. Um, my legacy here is that I want to make sure I gave you all the education you needed, with all the perspective and vibrations needed to survive in this industry. Now, on a flip note, my ultimate goal, since I've built this character, Sanja Ganja, of course, I'm also Sandra. But Sanja Ganja has become such a household name that my ultimate goal is to be on Netflix. And so that's what I'm here doing. I even speak in present tense, even though my deal is not shook and written and writing just yet. I know I will be on Netflix one day, and I'm hoping I can be the first reality TV series that shows the true side of cannabis and an entrepreneur fluidly working within it.
That's awesome. Well, I have no doubt about that. If they could afford it.
You need me, Netflix. You
they,
need me.
they better hurry up.
They better hurry up. There's no, and listen, at this point, you can't have anybody else have a Netflix reality show. So if any of you, I'm going to say this on the record, go out and think you're going to be the first cannabis show on Netflix reality TV series, I'm coming after you. You can never be Sanja Ganja. You can never be THC Girls. Now we can work together.
Hey, and that's what it's about, right? Like that's what it's about. We come and strength in numbers. It's been a blessing to do all the things that we've done together. I think that's one of the strongest things that we've been able to do in the space. We've been able to make, you know, a household name in the industry. At this point, we go to events, people recognize us, and we're vetted. You know, we're vetted in the space. So I think that it's definitely very important, and I have no doubt about the show. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I actually just had an event here in New York, in Brooklyn, and I was shooting my bazooka gun. All of a sudden, I hear some man in the crowd, and he's like, "Hey, I know you. You're THC Girls." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And that led me to booking them as a client actually the following week. You know, and that same week, I got recognized twice in the street. Some random folks, "Hey, are you Sanja Ganja?" I'm like, yeah, can I give you a hug? Like, this is amazing. So just don't ever quit. Never quit, and utilize your networks, support them back the way that they support you.
Definitely. And when you see Sanja, say hi.
You better say hi. HIT.
So where can everybody find you if they can find you, if they can access you? Where can they find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they support? And yeah.
The best place to support me right now is on my Instagram, which is Hi, I'm Sanja, HIGHIMSANJA. Sanja like ganja. But if you Google it, I'm the only Sanja Ganja. There's been some impersonators, but I think you'll recognize the poof when you see me. And of course, you can watch me on Spotify, YouTube, and even High Times TV. And hopefully soon enough, TikTok once I'm out of jail there.
They're still holding us back.
They're holding us back big time.
For sure. And what can anybody do? Can they subscribe? Buy? How do they buy into the Sanja Ganja world?
Yeah, so my show is for the deep thinking pothead, okay? So if you want to listen to conspiracies, go on Spotify. If you want to watch the life and times of a cannabis entrepreneur, go to my YouTube. Go on High Times TV if you really want to get educated on some up and coming amazing artists and people in the industry, chefs, things of that sort. And of course, we have a good time on my show, always and forever. I'm showing you the ins and the outs of the industry, behind the scenes, but I have a brand new season coming out, a brand new show coming out where we do pop-up podcasts, and we also do late night with Sanja Ganja. So be on the lookout.
Cool. When is that dropping? You have a date yet? Should we be ready?
Get ready. Get ready. We don't have a date yet. It's coming. It's coming. We're getting everything ready. But I will say what's coming with the new season is going to be some dope Sanja merch. I'm talking crop tops, chokers, and even a glass bag, a bag to hold your glass, like your Puffco and your Carta. So I'm really, really excited.
Hell yeah. Well, I can't wait. Well, everybody go follow Sanja. Hi, I'm Sanja. Tap the subscribe, show some freaking love, or get the hell out of here. Thank you guys. And that's the T with TAC, baby. Let's go.
That's the T. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, see, that was perfect.